There's an account that lets an ordinary family pull out $440,000 completely tax-free in retirement. And your financial advisor, your HR department, and every school you've ever attended have collectively said nothing about how it actually works. Most people treat it like a debit card for doctor visits. The people who know the real strategy treat it like a second 401k. You're about to find out why. Right now, the average American family spends over $12,000 a year on healthcare. Copays, prescriptions, deductibles, almost all of it comes out of after-tax dollars. Meanwhile, they watch their 401k get taxed on the way in. Their Roth gets taxed on the way out. They're bleeding money at every turn, not because they're doing anything wrong, because nobody ever sat them down and explained that there is a third option, one that sidesteps the whole game. It's called a health savings account, an HSA. You've probably heard the name. You may even have one sitting at your job. But here is what they didn't tell you. An HSA is the only account in the entire U.S. tax code that is triple tax advantaged. Contributions go in pre-tax. The money grows tax-free inside the account. Withdrawals for qualified medical expenses come out at zero taxes, not reduced. Zero. Every other retirement vehicle gives you two of those three. The 401k gives you the first two. The Roth gives you the last two. The HSA gives you all three. And that's not even the best part. Most people use their HSA like a checking account, money in, doctor bill paid, done. The people who actually build wealth with it never touch the balance. Here's the move. You enroll in a high-deductible health plan which qualifies you to open an HSA. In 2026, a family can contribute up to $8,550 a year. Now, instead of using that money to pay your medical bills, you pay those bills out of your own pocket. Regular checking account, credit card, whatever. And you keep every single receipt, every copay, every prescription, every specialist visit. Meanwhile, your HSA sits invested in low-cost index funds, compounding untouched. Do this for 20 years. At $8,550 a year, you've put in roughly $171,000. At a conservative 7% annual return, that balance grows to around $440,000 tax-free. And here is the part almost nobody knows. There is no time limit on reimbursement. The IRS does not care if you paid that $4,000 hospital bill in 2009. As long as you have the receipt, you can pull that exact amount out of your HSA in 2035, completely tax-free. You are building a tax-free cash reserve backed by paper that you can unlock at any point in the future. The account grows, you wait. Then you draw it down strategically in retirement when every dollar counts. But here's where it gets interesting. After age 65, the HSA changes shape entirely. At that point, you can withdraw for any reason, not just medical. Non-medical withdrawals get taxed like ordinary income, exactly like a traditional IRA. Which means your HSA quietly becomes a fourth retirement account. Better rules than most of the ones you were sold. High-income earners and small business owners have been doing this for decades. Their CPAs know exactly how it works. They max the contribution every single year, invest it aggressively, and track every out-of-pocket medical expense like a paper trail to future tax-free cash. Nobody put this on the evening news. Your HR orientation skipped it. The bank offering your HSA makes money when you leave the balance sitting in a low-yield savings option and never invest it. The incentive structure was never built in your favor. This is a strategy that requires only three things: knowing it exists, having the discipline not to spend it, and understanding that the IRS actually wrote the rules this way on purpose. It's not a loophole. It's hiding in plain sight. Now, a few things matter. You have to be enrolled in a high-deductible health plan to contribute. In 2026, that means a minimum deductible of $1,650 for an individual. If your employer offers a rich low-deductible plan, the math requires a real comparison. Keep your receipts organized and digitized. The IRS can audit reimbursements. But the strategy itself, completely legal. Congress created it. They just never announced it at a school assembly. Think about what that number means. $440,000, tax-free, built on an account most people are using to pay for cold medicine. That's not a wealthy family's trick. That's a math trick. And math doesn't care where you grew up. It just compounds quietly while everyone else overpays. Now here's the question nobody thinks to ask. What happens when you layer the HSA receipt strategy on top of a specific move inside a brokerage account? One that makes your long-term gains disappear from your tax return entirely. That's the next file.